Thank you for joining me today. My name is David Alexander, and I am the Director of AOS's SharePoint practice. Today we're going to be talking about our solution called Easy Deployment. This is allowing you to get a deployment of SharePoint 2013 on-premise or in Microsoft's Cloud, Office 365, up and going very quickly with a lot more features than what you traditionally get with a out-of-the-box deployment. So the first thing that we'll call out is we'll walk through this starting screen. You'll get your logo, your color scheme. This is a blue-white color scheme, but we will match your company's colors. You're going to tell us what the navigation is. So hypothetically, you've said you want departments, center, social, training, and search center. And you're going to tell us below what it is that you want the navigation to be. We have templates that you'll choose from that will give you, more than out-of-the-box templates than what you typically get with SharePoint for these different sites. Below here, you're going to see that we've got a customized image rotator. We've made it very easy for you to go in here and edit it. It's got a nice GUI interface. Moving below, we have 3 additional web parts. The first one is a upgraded calendar web part, and this is going to give you a much better look and feel. Traditionally, it's very text-based within SharePoint. This gives you a better appealing image, so you can see you still get all the same information though. So it's June 15th, 1 to 2, and then you also get the title and conference room A. We're very much a believer in the book Don't Make Me Think, and so what we've done is we've added these features on our web parts. So if I want to add anything to this calendar and I've got rights to add to the calendar, I can go over here and I can hit add. Allows me to add the title, location, the start time, description, any categories. Is it an all-day event or is it recurring? As soon as I add that, it is going to add it in here. If I want to manage this calendar in the calendar view, I can hit manage and it'll take me to that calendar view. You can also sync this with your Outlook and get that two-way synchronization, so I can update it in my Outlook calendar and it'll update it here as well. The next web part here is latest news. If I go over here and I hit add, it'll prompt me to add a new story. It's going to ask me to upload an image, title, and the body of the article. We've seen folks reuse this for employee spotlight, for birthdays, for different things like that. There's a lot of different things you can do with this, but we have just called this latest news. Over here, you've got My Briefcase. This is basically an upgraded quick links. So over here, these are the links that we find important at corporate that we'd like for our employees to go to. I'm going to go over here and go ahead and show you how easy it is to add. So I want this to go to aos5.com, and I'm going to call this AOS. And what we've done is we've made it so that you can get these professional looking icons. And I can scroll through, you can see that there's quite a few out there. So I'm going to go ahead and choose shopping cart, and I want this to be first in line or last in line. And I'll say 2. If I were to hit save, AOS would show up right here. It'd have that shopping cart logo here, and it would say AOS, and when I clicked on it, it would link to aos5.com. So we could have stopped here. This would give you very much a leap forward in creating a good intranet, but we upgraded as far as the look and feel, this color scheme. We've also made this responsive design. So it's got 2 breaks. It's got a break for an iPad and it's got a break for a mobile device such as a phone. So depending on your screen size, the front page is enabled to be responsive. We also got asked a question a lot on, how do we get user adoption into SharePoint? Maybe we've had, an internal-led SharePoint that didn't get adopted as well as we wanted to, or we're moving from a different intranet that kind of died, the content wasn't relevant. So how do we actually do this? So we've added a few features to try to help solve those hurdles when you're getting into a new intranet. So the first one is tasks. So you can see here I've got 7 tasks that are due to me. What this is looking at is any workflow in SharePoint that is assigned to me, any tasks in a web part. So there's task web parts. So within department sites, we actually have task web parts, and we also have task web parts in communities, which I'll share with you here in a minute. So if I want to see what this is, it opens it up, and you can see here's my 7 tasks that I've got assigned to me. So not only can I check to see what tasks are assigned to me, I can go over here and look at the assigned tasks. Oh, and we don't have any assigned tasks. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to really like my TPS reports, and this is going to be due today. Let's make this due at 1 o'clock. And I want to assign this. So let's go ahead and assign this to Grace. And I hit add. Okay, so Grace now has gotten an email. So it still gives that proactive email response you typically would do. But now I can go over here to assigned, and I can see that over here Grace has been assigned a TPS report, and that she has not completed it yet. If I go over here, yep, I did order pizza. I did my testing, I reset the server, and I did my TPS report. You can see that it is clearing. Down here, if I want to, I can complete a task, so it makes it a little more clean. But you know, some employees do like to see throughout the day what they've been able to assign across there. If I didn't want to assign a task to Grace, so let's go ahead and remove her. I just want a personal task to myself. So before I leave for the day, I need to turn in my expenses. So turn in expenses, and that's due to me today, and that needs to be done. Let's just say that I want this done at 5 o'clock today. And I hit add. So I now have a task that I've assigned to myself. So I can assign it to other people, I can assign it to myself, and any workflows would also go here, and any tasks in the web parts would show up here. So basically anything that is interacting with me, I get a nice view from this web part here. The next web part I have here is documents. What this is it's pulling from your OneDrive. It's looking at the last 10 documents that you've touched. So you can see that I was in here with a share with everyone. I created an easy deployment folder, and here are some other things that I have edited here in the last few days. I also can go over here and I can drag and drop a document from my desktop here for the new age users who are used to the drag and drop. For those who maybe aren't used to it, we have an upload folder button here. So those who are used to doing it more in the old-fashioned way, we've accommodated all users. So it kind of goes back to that methodology of don't make me think. There shouldn't be a lot of user training within an intranet. So let's make it really easy. If I go over here to communities, so one thing that I always love asking is what is SharePoint? And 9 out of 10 times what someone will tell me is, Dave, it is it's Microsoft's collaboration tool. It's their platform for collaboration. That's 100% correct. But the reality is very few people are actually using it for collaboration. They'll create sites, we'll call it marketing. Well, marketing is uploading stuff, but they're probably not doing a lot of collaborating on there. The first thing people will say is, well, enterprise document management. We've got our files up there. Okay. Well, if you're using co-authoring, so in co-authoring you can have multiple users in the same file. That absolutely would be collaboration. And at AOS we use that a ton. But most people, out there aren't using it. A lot of people don't even know that it exists within SharePoint. So enterprise document management, that's not really true collaboration. You're not working on things and getting feedback. Workflow is the next thing people talk about is, we use workflow. Well, it's typically process management, not collaboration. So unless you're getting a feedback on anything, it's usually process management. So why is SharePoint the collaboration tool but isn't being used as a collaboration tool? Well, the reason why is if it's going to be a collaboration tool, people need to be able to spin up sites, and they need to be able to have spots to be able to collaborate in. and they're not really meant to be, long-lasting, sites. Well, that means that they don't really fit within the hierarchy of your site. You don't want to have sites that, are going to be used for a week, 2 weeks, 6 months, or even a year, up on your main hierarchy. So over here, we've developed communities. And so what communities is it gives you ability to do that ad hoc collaboration. So if we're sitting down and I'm part of the SharePoint group, I might go create a community where I can go over there and I can share information with those who are part of that community. If we're having a marketing event, so the AOS Executive Exchange, we had 4 days of speakers. So we had a lot of presentations, we had a lot of coordination, we had a lot of calendaring. Let's go ahead and spin up a site for that, and so that way everyone has one spot to put all that information. It could be personal. Personally, I graduated from Kansas State University, so I'm part of this group, but I'm sure that there are a ton of other sports fans out there within our 9 states that we're in, and so they probably have communities of their own. Or maybe it's more sensitive. Maybe we're looking at acquiring a company, and so I want to create a community where we can go in here and share information on a company we're going to acquire. So it goes into, possibly you don't care, who can see this your team group. For the marketing event, probably doesn't matter who all can see it as well. For a personal group, you absolutely want people to be able to search and find it and add themselves to it. But like a merger, that's something that's going to be much more sensitive. You want that to be very security trimmed. So when I go over here and I hit new community, I can name this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put ABC ... Whatever you're contemplating, whatever your team is looking at. I can put a description if I'd like. And then is it public? So if someone searches for it, can they see it? Or is it security trimmed, where only the users that you invite? So I'm going to invite Grace, and I'm going to go ahead and invite Mike. Oh, there we go. There's Mike. And as soon as I hit save, what this does is it creates this community site using the template that AOS has modified, and they're going to get emails saying, hey, Dave's invited you to this community. They're also going to see this community in this web part. And what this looks like out of the box is what you're going to get, the name up here, and then you're going to get a discussion board. You're going to get a spot to put your documents, and you got check in, check out, version control. You've got all the things that come with SharePoint. Your tasks. So your task management, and see I can put multiple people to a task if I'd like, and a calendar. You can always create more web parts if you'd like within these communities, but natively what you've done is you've made it so that a group of people can immediately start collaborating. They can put their documents there, they can start their discussions, they can get feedback, they can see what's hot, they can start assigning tasks to each other, and they can start putting out dates on a calendar. So you've immediately enabled collaboration within your organization. This is easy deployment. This is our fixed fee offering. That's a quick start to get you guys up and going. Please feel free to reach out to AOS, and we'll be able to provide you pricing and more information in and around this. If you'd like to migrate maybe a current SharePoint site into this, we can absolutely help you out with that as well. Have a great day.